Star Spangled Banner. Please welcome Laura Strong.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies recollect the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
The best women's basketball players in the world take center stage in Miami. We're 3 weeks into this new brand of basketball. It's Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Tonight, game 1 of our doubleheader. 2 and 3 Phantom faces 1 and 4 Mist. As we take you inside a loaded Wayfair Arena to see the best take on one another, and a rematch of 10 days ago when Phantom spooked Mist. The Misty's looking for revenge. Hi everyone, Brendan Glasheen, Sarah Kustok, Lev Ross joining us on the sidelines. Okay, Sarah, so when these teams met 10 days ago, Phantom got it done without Sabrina Ionescu and Brittany Griner. BG, bucket getter.
She was a beast on the inside. You know the presence she has. She's done this throughout the entirety of her career, but never more critical in a game here for Unrivaled than this was. And it was not just about the dominance. It was the touch. It was the footwork, getting up and down the floor, and the fast break. She was critical to how this Phantom team was able to come away with a win without Sabrina Ionescu. And yeah, when Ionescu made her return the other night, she was extraordinary. Nearly a triple-double. You see right there, 7 of 10 from the three-point line, but she was scoring at all 3 levels, and she was making magic happen. Fun to watch, and will be fun to watch her again here tonight.
And a sigh of relief for Mist. They got its first victory of the season over the weekend. And when you have Brianna Stewart, you have Jewel Lloyd, we understand their greatness, but the bench came through. 2 players combined for 26 points.
Yeah, you got a vet and a younger player in both Courtney Vandersloot and Aaliyah Edwards. Vandersloot is someone through the course of her career. She's got savviness, quickness, craftiness, and she knows how to get the job done. That's exactly what she did in authoritating the pace of play. And then when it comes to Aaliyah Edwards, we've continued to watch her evolution of how she's expanded her game here at Unrivaled. Gets the game winner, punctuating a special night for Edwards.
Here are tonight's starting lineups for Phantom. Ionescu, after missing last weekend, man, she made her presence felt the other night with 32 points, as Sarah highlighted. Zatu Sabali in that first meeting 10 days ago against Mist was really spectacular. 29 points, made 5 three-pointers, the only member of Phantom to start in all 6 games. And for Mist, this lineup presents problems for the opposing offense with the length of Lloyd and Stewart and Rakia Jackson, who scored 24 points in the first matchup with Phantom in mid-January. Our officials tonight for game 1 of our doubleheader. The crew chief is Eric Alig. Our referee is Shante Anderson. Umpire Shem Rivera. Oh, and by the way, Stewart, Ionescu, champions together in the fall, face each other for the first time in the winter.
Hey, now when they cross the lines, it is all about being competitors. And we have seen that, which has been the fun part of watching different players become both teammates and enemies.
All right, off we go. Final night of week 3 of Unrivaled. Stewart's got 3 double-doubles on the year. Pull-up Shea is cash.
As we've seen games progress, weeks progress, there's an added sharpness in all of these players and their understanding of how to pick apart a defense in a different way here in this setting.
Phil Handy says of Brianna Stewart, she's closer to full throttle. We've noticed that this weekend. Sabali misses a bunny. Jackson bursting inside. She missed a layup too. Cloud wants to push on the break. Had a great conversation with Cloud today about getting out and running. Ionescu with the floater left it short. New to Unrivaled, 3 7-minute quarters, and then we reach an untimed 4th quarter to the winning score. Jewel Lloyd buries a tray, her 8th of the year. Playing with a lot of joy. Jewel Lloyd, 10 years out of Notre Dame, the new Las Vegas Aces member. Feed into Sabali, working and fouled by Lloyd.
Fun to talk with her here this morning and just how she's been attacking this, the love that she's had, and being guided by Phil Handy, what he has done in terms of all of their development. And you can see it in the way that everyone has been playing and playing together. And this Mist team, I think it's surprising maybe that they only got their first win of the season thus far on Saturday, but that's been the acclimation process for different teams of getting used to one another, getting healthy, all of the above. And I think the Mist are a team that we're going to have our eyes on as this season continues.
There's Sabali, the team captain, top 10 in the league in scoring at 17 per game. 5-0 Mist lead. Stewart, oh, she missed it. Great find by Jackson as Lloyd steps into one.
Showing off some hops. I wish she didn't finish that. That was a beautiful feed by Jackson.
Sabali plays it in.
And we continue to see where the lack of backside help, what this looks like, no low man, all of those opportunities.
Jackson jumper, good. Let's welcome in Ross.
You know, prior to Unrivaled, Miss Coach Phil Handy had already previously trained many basketball greats, including Kobe Bryant and one of Kobe's mentees, Jewel Lloyd. And now he and Jewel are reunited on Team Mist. And they told me they want to unleash Jewel and get her back to feeling like Gold Mamba, a nickname that she received during her time knowing Kobe. And Phil told me he's just working with Jewel right now on her mental state, getting her to not only find but stay in that Mamba state. And Jewel told us she's getting back to being herself and finding her joy here at Unrivaled, guys.
It's a huge part of everything, and we know that in watching these players, listening to them.
Sabali lays it home. Phantom up to 4 points.
Just what it means, just a different setting and atmosphere that allows them to find that type of joy.
Shot making is at a high level right now. Lloyd is now 3 for 3.
Quick shooting. Seen a lot of that in terms of pushing the pace and the tempo.
Sabrina Ionescu is on the board.
And fun part of watching Satu Sabali, they're directing traffic and doing a good job of everyone staying high to open up the backside.
Lloyd feeling it early. 8 of 12 missed points. Ionescu, she's usually not shy, was 7 of 10 from distance the other night in the second win. Sabali turnaround jumper connects. Well, there's Adam Harrington, who has been thrilled with this experience. His eyes continue to widen about the talent across women's basketball and being a part of this. They are starting to hit their stride, coming off their best offensive game of the year.
And similarities in what Roz was saying about Phil Handy, but just Adam Harrington having trained so many WNBA players, NBA players, understanding the development aspect of it, and then now having an opportunity to run the show there and what that looks like with this Phantom group.
Jackson tees up a 3. Both teams combined 9 of 17 from the floor. 3.5 to go in this commercial-free first quarter on TNT. Stewart carves out the space,
defense, yeah.
pushing. Jackson on the offensive glass. Easy putback. Phantom timeout.
You mentioned the size, and the Mist are showing that on the inside, on the attack, but also with the glass, and that's going to be an important factor for this group if they can take advantage and exploit the inside. You see right here, Stewart can't get it to go, but Jackson with the spin and the finish.
Hey, look, just one thing, right? Just one thing. You got people in front of you that cannot guard. Do not settle. Right? Do not settle. Turn the corner. I don't mind the kick out threes, but again, keep putting your head down, keep attacking. Hey, let's go wide double. Jewel, you handle, okay? Jewel, you handle. Jewel, you coming into it. You got BG, right? Again, stay in coverage. You two can black. Let's be physical. Get out and run. Get out and run. Here we go. Wide double. Wide double. Push. 1, 2, 3. Push.
Phil Handy instilling confidence in his group.
Yeah, and on the attack, and I think a big part of it is the versatility of all of these players, what they're showcasing, and some of that we've known, we have seen, and then others, as we had mentioned, kind of having an opportunity to grow outside their normal roles or what they traditionally can do.
Missed in the victory over Vinyl. Had a great finish to the game. Won the fourth quarter, winning score 13-2. They shot 58% from the floor in the game. 6 for 12 here early, +4 in shots attempted because of those offensive rebounds. Brittany Griner checking in. As we mentioned off the top, she was dynamite for the Ghost Gang in the first meeting 10 days ago. Was 14 of 18 from the floor. Stewart set the feet, 3 in the air, rattles out. Aaliyah Edwards had a chance there, split 2, but unable to hit. Ionescu around the ball screen. Liberty against Liberty here as Stewart goes right at Sabrina. We're staying over here, 12 seconds on the shot clock.
And Griner doing a good job digging in a little to show some help, and I think that's where we've seen players understand that where they can pick and choose their spots, whether it's to double, whether it's to show help. where they're not putting themselves as a disadvantage to be able to get back out on the man that they're guarding.
Courtney Vandersloot has checked in. 9 assists last game, kicking it to Stewart, and left the 3 short. Stewart's done a lot well here at Unrivaled, but struggling to shoot the 3 ball. Now 3 for 24 on the season, but as we've talked about, she's been revving it up now these last few weeks. And if that's going in, she'll be just fine.
She can get anywhere she wants to on the floor. And sometimes that's just a part of the ebbs and flows, getting your legs back, especially for how much running is happening here.
Powerful bounce pass from Ionescu, and Griner did the roll and finished it.
And catching it on the move.
Tight roping baseline, Vandersloot. Edwards calling for the ball, posting on Ionescu. Power dribble with the left, spinning to the right. Rebound to Griner. There's Katie Lou Samuelson with the basketball. 5-year veteran out of UConn. 5 WNBA stops, a stop and start by Ionescu. Several missed layups here in the first by both teams. Feed it. Griner denies Edwards. Katie Lou. His tempo in 3-on-3, 72-foot court, a lot of fun. But it can be tiring if the ball's not going in.
I feel exhausted for these players. No, it's been unbelievable to watch.
Griner seizes control and a reach in by Aaliyah Edwards. Second team foul on missed. And the return of Dejanay Carrington for Mist Basketball Club.
So for as much as we're talking about the Mist getting back on track a little bit, or on track with their win over Vinyl, what a big add here with Carrington back in the lineup.
Played and missed both games of opening weekend, has been out since, trying to keep up here with Ionescu as an all-defensive first-team member. Sabrina's pointing to her bicep, saying Carrington got a piece of it.
And what we've seen through the course of weeks is the level of physical play. We talk a lot about how fast and the pace, but there is also a physical nature that I think everyone's kind of trying to find that balance and making sure they're not getting their team in foul trouble.
Griner was circling Edwards. Tremendous job staying in front. Leads to the shot clock violation. Well, after a really hot start by both teams from the floor, Serena Mabry sits alongside Ionescu, 2 sharpshooters. Mabry remains out with the calf injury. The defense has picked up here in the back end of the first.
And that's a big part of it too, I think, for all of these teams figuring out how to strike the right balance there of staying in front. I think that there was maybe too much ease and lack of resistance on the defensive side as the coaches then took that time out.
Vandersloot just gliding in the paint, but turns it over, leads to a 17-footer, and Samuelson missed it. Phantom now 6 of 16 from the floor. Carrington catch in stride, falling away, going to the line. Fouls on Cloud.
Foul on Natasha Cloud here first.
Carrington, the new member of the Dallas Wings.
Dejanay Carrington.
It was a loaded, to say the least, a loaded weekend on the trade market.
Free agency is alive and well, especially down here at Unrivaled. And speaking of Natasha Cloud, she was someone we talked to, and everyone just about that, in both the stresses, but also maybe the luxury that everyone being in one place hit allowed for that, and what that does. And then sure, at some point too, just some of the pressures that it may take off once there's some more clarity for these players and for the teams as they move forward.
Basketball fans watching Unrivaled, of course, on TNT. The NBA world was shaken up on late Saturday night. Cloud, that's a nifty move. Vandersloot tried to sell she was standing up straight, but got a piece. Cloud's going to the line. 1 free throw worth 2 points. One of the wrinkles to his 3-on-3 style. Natasha Cloud, now a member of the Connecticut Sun. Averaging 4.5 assists per game, top 5 here at Unrivaled. She's now 4 for 4 at the line this year. So brings Phantom within 4. Mist can hold for the final shot of the first. Bench shoot it on for Phil Handy. Carrington sells the 3, driving, and Griner chipped it out of bounds.
Excellent fake. That's what I think for all of these players, their patience and attacking. I think Katie Lou Samuelson thought she was going to get it to the other side or come through the screen by Edwards. Rejects it, goes right at the basket. It's a great block by Griner, but you like the attack-mindedness of Carrington.
5.5 for missed. Stewart back in the ball game, spinning, firing, rebound. Samuelson, they practiced this for a reason. She missed the half-court shot. 4-point lead for Mist, fresh off its first victory of the year. Scattered showers, a chance of mist. After the first victory, they have a 4-point lead while Phantom looks to get to 500. Come back with us. You're watching Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. DraftKings is an official partner of Unrivaled, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app and use promo code BANKSHOT when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Wayfair Arena in Miami, Phantom missed. Our featured matchup in game one of our doubleheader, Unrivaled on TNT. 4-point lead for Mist at the end of one.
Yeah, and it's been interesting to watch both of these teams have taken care of the ball really well, but how Mist have crashed the offensive glass. It's given them a few extra possessions, and they've held the Phantom at bay from the three-point line, which for Phantom, that's been a big aspect of their offensive production and stretching out the defense. And it's not an area where they've been that effective at so far in this one.
Phantom second in the league with 38 made threes. 38% shooting. Phantom collectively 0 for 3 from deep. Sabrina Ionescu, just 1 of 5 shooting. Carrington, power dribble, pull up three is good.
Probably giving her a ton of space, and you could tell Carrington was just taking her time, had her feet set. It's an excellent look for her.
Ionescu couldn't bank it home, now 1 for 6. Dejanay Carrington returning out the last couple of games with a left leg injury. You feel for her because she hasn't had many truly healthy off seasons to work on her skills. She feels this Unrivaled season for her is a chance to really develop offensively and become a more consistent piece. She checks out. Vandersloot, Jackson, Edwards, the trio for Mist, and it's Ionescu, Sabally, and Griner, double bigs for Phantom.
And the great part about that, of what you're working on, you immediately can put it into game action night after night. And so the fun part is there is that development portion that everyone is getting in, but then you get live game reps.
Sabally, that was nifty. Slung it in with her right hand. Jackson the other way, almost mirrors that move with the left hand, did not get the foul. Satu's got 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Ionescu got Edwards in the air, step back 3. Long rebound, Vandersloot. 2-on-1. Ionescu, that's a crisp pass to Griner. Timeout, Mist.
Hesitated just enough that Rakia Jackson thought she might be pulling up from 3, and that hesitation allowed for the pass and the layup. Satu Sabally, strong, going to the hoop. That's not an easy finish, but Satu makes it look flawless.
Yeah. Sorry. No, you're good. Yes.
Every time we run, every time we don't foul, rebound, or run.
Hey, run every time. They're not keeping up with you.
Drags
Pick up the pace.
and winds. I am gonna rip you a little bit though. SOB and UOB, we don't freaking execute. We do our own thing, we turn it over, we give up a 3. Just execute.
Sorry, I said Gray.
Yeah, it's fine. But just
I'm sorry. Where am I on Gray?
well, great. You would set the first, okay? Sorry. Yeah, she's coming to Sabrina. You turn around and clean it up. It's our wide touch.
Wide touch.
Yeah.
Okay. My
Yep.
bad. That's me. I'm supposed to. Good.
Get a stop.
I got you from here.
Hey, last thing, they're not calling fouls, so we got to finish strong. I know you're getting fouled. Here we go. Ghost gang on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ghost gang.
Here we go. Pushing the pace.
Adam Harrington, head coach of Phantom Basketball Club, played a couple years in the NBA with the Mavericks and the Nuggets. I don't know if the Mavs ever traded him. Just want to get that out there. What's
You're
going
really
on.
trying to dig into this Luka AD trade here. No, we ain't got time for that here tonight. It's moving too fast. But you're right. I mean, Adam Harrington has trained Kevin Durant and talked to Kevin about this league. He's obviously a huge fan, advocate, supporter of it. And he's like, I like how these women, 1, how fast-paced it is, 2, how much, as you know, isolation play and opportunities for one-on-one, but he's like just showcasing their athleticism. And you so often see that within the context of the game, the skill set, but that's a huge part of it, and I think that's where some of the development pieces to then how they play in the 3-on-3 setting go along.
Well, you corrected him today at our meetings. You said, no, you are still a great shooter,
Man,
not was a great shooter.
He can still, jumper's still wet, that's for sure.
He's done a great job and good feeling for his team to start getting healthier and seeing results in the win column. Right now it's Mist leading by 5. Rakia Jackson, who dropped 24. These teams faced each other 10 days ago. Shot volume's been there for Jackson, really seeing her grow her game. Stripped by Stewart.
Once again, Stewart's had some nice defense on the inside.
Kick it, Jackson, 3, got it. 5 straight for Rakia Jackson. Key is locked in.
And some defense to offense allows for them to flow into it, and a good job penetrating all the way into the lane. And then what does that do? It sucks in the defense. Griner's all the way pulled in. Sabaly's in. A lot of room and time for Jackson, and that's a big shot for her.
Stewie, you're handling.
Oh, fans, it's Monday night, and we are going up on a Monday
Doesn't
night,
matter.
so I need you all
Wherever
to
Sam
your
is,
feet.
go away from it.
Somebody,
Wait.
if you want a t-shirt.
Make sure you set it. Stewie, just fly off. Key, if it's not there, you don't have to force it. Stewie, you can pop, and then we can go. But if she gets Sam on her, you got to fight for the position, and we got to get the ball. Okay?
Come on, right over here. Hey, defense, Key.
Everyone's having a blast here at Wayfair Arena at Media Pro here in Miami. Loaded crowd. How about Sarah for Mist? They've really struggled shooting the three. 24%, bottom of the league. They made 3 of 6 against Vinyl last game. Really solid so far tonight, 4 for 8.
It's the quality of looks they're creating, and I think that becomes a big part of it. And that's where the confidence grows too, when you're getting it on the inside, you're seeing it go through, and then you have those cleaner looks from 3.
Miscommunication, Lloyd and Jackson. Mist leading this quarter 8-4, building the game's largest lead, 8 points.
And those are the small aspects of getting used to. We talk about just teammates and those tendencies, and where someone's going to run, what things look like on the break.
Ionescu still looking for it today. Now 1 of 8 from the floor. Jackson at the nail. Three-wing lineup now in the game. Samuelson, Cloud, and Ionescu. Katie Lou. Crossover move. Blocked by Jackson. Numbers for Mist. Stewart climbing inside. Count it and 1. Defense to offense.
See it again. That was a nasty handles by Katie Lou Samuelson, with a block by Jackson, Stewart at the other end. And that's just a tough finish because she's going right through the body of Cloud. Cloud looking a little bit confused, has picked up a couple here. And that's a part of the balance of it. We heard Adam Harrington last time on. I know you're getting hit. I know you got to finish through contact, and sometimes that's what it comes down to. Just everyone is kind of trying to figure certain things out, so keep playing through it.
Brianna Stewart tonight with 5 points, 6 rebounds in the previous matchup 10 days ago against Phantom, 27 and 11. Cloud, crisscross move, and Stewart tried to clear, but was off the fingertips. This is what Phil Handy envisioned when this group came together. Many of you know Stewart and Lloyd were teammates in Seattle. Versatile wings, Vandersloot, a veteran, savvy presence at point guard. Offensive foul thanks to the screen. Ionescu has yet to find a rhythm to this game. The foul's on Cloud.
Third.
We'll step aside and come right back. An 11-point lead for Mist. Unrivaled on TNT is brought to you by Great Taste, 96 calories. It's Miller Lite, tastes like Miller time. And by AT&T, connecting changes everything. 11-point lead for Mist. It's been 3+ minutes for Phantom without points. What must change?
I think still continuing to get into what they are. The problem for Phantom is that Mist keeps scoring, they're flowing to their offense quickly, so every time they're taking it out of the basket and having to play against somewhat of a set defense by Mist, which you got a lot of good defenders, you got a lot of good length, and it's not as simple as just knocking down some three-point shots, but 0 of 5, that has always been a big part of the formula for how they found rhythm in their offense. So it's also allowed for Miss to kind of stay a little bit more compact around the paint area.
Reminder, final Lunar Owls, another rematch in week 3 of this Unrivaled inaugural season. Coming up next here on TNT, Brianna Stewart on your television for now, landing it up. 9 points and 10-0 missed run. The balance, Jackson with 9, Stewart with 9, Lloyd's got 8. Ionescu looking to get going. 1 of 8 from the floor. 2 seconds to shoot for Katie Lou Samuelson. Reiner. Stewart's already working on a double-double, 9 and 7. Lloyd, catch, shoot, cut it. Jewel Lloyd, the gold Mamba, right in stride in transition.
So again, Phantom has used the entire shot clock, toughly contested shot, and then missed able to push, get a basket. They get a stop here again. Look at them flowing.
Like that.
And this is what you would, the numbers don't do justice for the Miss for how they've shot the 3 early on in the season. I think a handful of these players continue to improve, but it's a major difference.
Lead is 17. Reiner stops the bleeding for the Ghost Gang, as the team calls itself.
And we know all games are games of runs, but no lead is safe. No deficit is too big to overcome when you play at this fast a pace and still have a full second half left and 2 minutes here in the second.
Well, what a difference right there as Ionescu gets a long 2. Notice when the ball goes in, then you get to set your defense. Anthem got a steal and do a bucket.
Hand in hand like that.
Jackson, left wing, has been her favorite spot so far. Long board. Now Stewart had to be cognizant of the half-court line and late to get back.
What an excellent pass by Brittany Griner. Because she caught it. Sabrina was caught up and she knew she would catch her in stride. That was an immediate advancement and gave her plenty of room then to finish that layup.
Brittany Griner coming off the bench for our 5th time in 6 games. Really admirable stuff considering she has started all 315 of her WNBA games.
Great job responding. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. No, we're good.
We gotta push 2 minutes. How much time's left?
A little over a minute. Just finish this guard strong. Great job. Hey, we're not shooting it well right now. We're getting great shots. Let's finish right. You good? You need one? Okay.
Run. Keep going.
Ghost Gang on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ghost Gang.
Come on, y'all.
Dang, our hold. Good job, EG.
You could see the tape on the right thumb of Sabrina Ionescu. She had surgery prior to coming to Miami, and she's still getting right. I mean, she had a huge game the other night, and trying to find it still in this game, 3 for 11. Phantom has entered with the 6-0 run.
Talked about it earlier in the meeting, that last game, her first game, tape without the splint, so makes a difference. But to think about just catching your rhythm back, you can't overlook what that is like coming off of surgery and continuing to get that continuity.
Edwards uses the up and under. Officially a shot clock violation, so the ball will be taken out of bounds. Well, for Phantom, many fans have been anxious to see what it looks like. Ionescu was absent for week 2. Mabry's hurt.
Double.
So they finally had a practice this past Wednesday with everybody fully healthy. And at 2 and 3, Adam Harrington is very optimistic. 2 screens for Sabrina. The mid-range is something she is trying to master. That looked pretty good. 8-0 run for Phantom. Carrington holds it, rattles in a 3. Brijonnet put him up 14.
Once again, gets a good amount of space because Griner's dropped back a bit.
40 seconds to go in the second. Can Sabali answer? Yes, she can! Oregon connection. Satu hit 5 threes against Mist last time out. Carrington again. Ball screen actions here for Ionescu. Guarded by Vandersloot. Former teammates. Carrington, could she get the hands in? Sabali may have stepped over.
That was excellent defense by Courtney Vandersloot. The entire time staying in front of Ionescu.
Eric,
going over the ball screen when need be, but that's what took so much of the time off from the shot clock.
Just a pest in the back end for Mist. 6.3 left in the half, leading by 11. Let's see what they draw up. DHO to Brianna Stewart. Vandersloot for 3.
Your score at halftime,
Mist with the win last time out for its first of the year. Offensively, it's coming along. 40 spot in the first 14 minutes. While Phantom looks to get to 500. 40 to 29 at the end of the first half between Mist and Phantom here in Miami. You're watching Unrivaled on TNT. Halftime coming up, presented by Ford. Welcome back to Miami, Florida for Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Game one of our doubleheader, and set for the second half, missed in search of a second straight win, leading Phantom 40-29. And we're checking in back in the broadcast booth. Brendan Glasheen, Sarah Kustok missed red hot from deep, 7 threes. Already a season high in a game for Mist Basketball Club. And the balance in the attack. Brianna Stewart filling up the stat sheet. Contributions from Lloyd, as well as Rakia Jackson.
Which you would anticipate given the different ways in which these players complement one another. I think a big part of it, too, is how they have defended. They've done an excellent job in protecting the three-point line for a Phantom team that normally shoots well from deep. There's been a lot of similarities, but overall, if you're the Phantom, you feel pretty good. You were down by as many as 19. You cut the deficit to 11. And overall, they've shared the basketball really well. There's been some missed shots, but they have 9 assists on 13 made shots. So I think you look at the second half of how you want to come out of halftime. And for Phantom, I think you assume some of those threes will fall. And for the Mist, they've just got to feel really good about how well they've been playing together.
Yeah, 16-0 Mist run and 11-2 Phantom run in that first 14 minutes. Here's the Miller Lite game summary, Sarah.
Oh, we said the three-point line, and I think that's the big area that really jumps out to you. I had already mentioned the assists for Phantom. That's impressive with how they've shared the basketball and what they've done collectively as a group, but overall, again, a lot of what has happened for both of these sides has been setting the tone defensively, so we'll see who comes out most strong at that end.
Roz checked in with both coaches. Let's go to Roz now.
Yeah, I spoke with Mist coach Phil Handy. He was impressed with how Jewel Lloyd started the game. He said he's putting her in uncomfortable positions to be the lead guard, handle the ball, decision make, lead the offense, and he said she's stepping up. On the other side for the Phantom, Adam Harrington said there was too much ISO play. They don't want that to dominate their offense, so he challenged his team to be more thoughtful in how they're making their offense work. And on the defensive side, he thinks they just gave up too many threes. The Mist hit 7 threes in the first half, guys.
Okay, Roz, thanks. We'll see how they guard the perimeter here. Stewart inside this time. Gets hacked by Sabali, her second.
And I think when we look at the Mist, we've talked a lot about their length and size, and they do a great job with switching. And sometimes when you're switching that much and you have interchangeable pieces, that does bait you into some more isolation or more one-on-one play. And I think that's what we've seen out of the Mist defense and why they've been effective against Phantom.
All 3 Mist starters now in double figures. 11 for Stewart with 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Lloyd matched up with Sabali, turning and missing off the left side. Another board for Stewart. Phil Handy liked the intention there of Brianna Stewart. Phil's been working Mist hard. He mentioned how this team has been right there in every game. I mean, it's crazy to think going back, opening night, had a big lead, determined that winning score, and then Lunar Owls makes the comeback, and all of a sudden, 0-4, but no panic, stuck with it, and they put together a great effort against Vinyl. Sabali and Ionescu. Good teamwork there. 14 for Satu. Jackson gets downhill, feeds Stewart. Nice slip.
Jackson's really shown the expansiveness of her game.
Cloud on the other end, and that's next for Rakia, right? We know she can score pretty much from anywhere.
How can you play make and facilitate, create for others because of the attention that you will continue to draw?
Stewart long 2. Rebound Cloud, who does a little bit of everything, can score it, pass it, rebound it, shooting the 3. She can do that too. Just a matter of time now for Phantom to start making threes. 9 now in the game for Cloud with 5 boards, 2 assists. Lloyd tried to answer. Cleared by Satu. Heading to Phoenix next summer. Head on the baseline, carving out space. Jackson's defense stout. Sabali stuck with the play. Just a 5-point game now.
Like a mic control right there.
I wasn't very good at that. For you, you had to be good at it, right? To play college ball?
Kind of.
How mad did your coach get when you miss one? How many in a row did you have to make?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't know. Don't you like, do it for a minute. See how many you can make in a minute or something.
5 was the
minutes?
number in travel ball. Back
5? Just to make 5?
Yeah, and I struggled with that.
Grade?
Well, the lefty layup was just always a struggle. But no one cares about that. We'll Ionescu off a pair of screens. She has harped on wanting to be more consistent in the mid-range, and it's looked really smooth and swift tonight. Lloyd gets downhill and fouled by Griner. That's her first.
I think a part of that, too, is Sabrina talked about that with us, about the mid-range. Remember, two off seasons ago, she was talking about extending the range of her three-point shot. Game deadly at that. Last year, adding the floater. This time, mid-range game. I think sometimes you get so programmed to the shots you're trying to take, or analytically the best look or stuff, and sometimes the mid-rangers are ones that you're either looking to go to the basket or you're taking those three-point shots. And it's such an important component of the game when you need a bucket. You just want to see one go through, or for your team if you need to spell a run.
Well, with all due respect to analytics, too, we haven't had enough data yet of 3-on-3 full court,
but just
too,
in
right?
general. But I think she just wants to work on that in totality for her game. And that's just a big part of it, of things you continue to add, because we know she's a knockdown shooter from anywhere.
Let's give credit to Brittany Griner. Coach Harrington called her out for setting great screens, totally bought in. Griner lays it in and one. They'll count the hoop. Griner was not really celebratory there. She'll go to the line.
Beautiful pass by Cloud. Mismatch on the inside. I think Eugene Carrington was talking about 3 seconds, but nonetheless, it's a good job of utilizing Griner in different ways. The pick and roll is one part, but when you have an opportunity to get it to her in the post.
Loaded stat line for Griner around the midway point of the third. This is game 1 of our doubleheader on TNT. Final at 2-3 faces undefeated 5-0 Lunar Owls. Coming up next. Griner now 3 for 6 at the line here in Miami all together. Stewart gallops up the floor. Chiseled out space, rebound Griner.
A little too much on him.
Phantom down just 3, Cloud for the tie. Now missed, looking a little stagnant here these last few trips. Stewart gets a breather. So now in the lineup of Carrington, Vandersloot, and Edwards. 3 reserves. 2 reserves joining starting point guard Cloud for Phantom. At the end of 3, we find out who determines that winning score. Carrington has space for 3, drills one. That's her 3rd of the game. We get a timeout on the floor. Welcome back, Dejanay.
That's a big shot by Carrington. Already her 3rd of just 4 tries, giving a little breathing room to the missed here in the 3rd.
She's made 3 game winners for Lunar Owls at 5-0. Skylar Diggins, her teammate Alicia Gray, catches up with Ross.
Leash, you have put up at least 15 points and 5 rebounds in every game here. What has helped you just consistently dominate and put in work here?
Just going to the floor of the game. I mean, my team, they know what I can do. They always tell me to go get a bucket, so they always put me in the best positions to be successful, so I credit them for it.
Yeah, and you guys play Team Vinyl next. You are the last of the unbeatens here. What is it like for you guys to play with the target on your back? How do you handle it?
It's cool. We came a long way. We came from being ranked last to now being the top. So, it's great. It's nice to have the target, but we also know what comes with it, and I feel like we're built for it.
You know, it's interesting because for some teams, it's taken them longer to figure this out. What has helped your team just click so early in this Unrivaled season?
We just been hooping. DJ does a great job of putting us in great positions to be successful, and we just go out there and get buckets and just do what we do.
All right, well, thanks. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Alicia Gray, 19 points on Friday against Laces. She has been superb for Lunar Owls, shooting 39%. Looking forward to watching her next. The internet blew up, Sarah, about Alicia Gray's laugh, how contagious it is.
You gotta love that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. So many laughs are contagious. We all need a little more laughter in our lives.
Well, I think it also speaks to, we're seeing a lot of smiles here in Miami. The players are really soaking this up. And now, with being here for a full month, we're into February, players are starting to get used to things, and now the competition has become really the priority.
And it is. First, we know there's a lot of fun had, joy in playing, passion in playing, but also the level of compete has been evident from jump. I also think, too, just for players, we put the coaches in, just getting the routine down. What that looks like. Game days, off days, practice days, just kind of how they're taking care of their bodies and being in this environment. Like, there are so many things that I think for so many players are so routine-oriented to reach this level, to be at this level, that I think by now, after a couple weeks and being here for a while, that's started to set in.
Across the board, well, several of them recruit each other, too. That's a real thing down here. Back-to-back turnovers, one by each team. 49-45. Right now, it would be missed determining that winning score. Tack on 11 points, and that becomes the winning score. Phantom has not led today, but hanging around.
Well, think about being down by as many as 19, and now where they're sitting.
Edwards got Ionescu in the air, puts it in. She was superb the other day. 16 points, 8 of 9 from the floor. Hit the game-winning shot for missed. So active on the defensive end. Missed basketball club, deflections, making it difficult.
And the other night, she was 8 of 9 from the field, so it was a level of efficiency too. And those were gimme baskets. There were some tough shots in there. She's showing off her ability to guard multiple players' positions, how she can do it on the perimeter and on the inside.
Griner, Stewart, for Unrivaled, played plenty of overseas basketball together. Just a love tap there from Griner. They're very good friends. And Stewart is very supportive of Brittany Griner when she went through a very difficult situation in Russia. So everyone's really thrilled to see BG out here balling. Rarely misses a bunny like that. It was 14 of 18 when they last met. Stewart charges right at her. Edwards with the head fake, spinning. Sabali did a good job not fouling. She's only got 2 in this game. Ionescu with 10 points. Feeds Griner. That one's good. Sarah, minute 20 left, and Phantom tries to inch closer, but they don't set their defense. Vandersloot so swift. Sabali, hard to the basket.
Everyone's just getting downhill.
18 for Satu. Just a smidge over her averages here at Unrivaled. Edwards. 4-point game.
Big possession here.
No doubt. And a reach-in foul by Vandersloot. That puts Phantom at the line.
She had the back of Sabrina's jersey. It looked like she was pulling on her.
That's a big foul, and now an opportunity here for Sabrina Ionescu.
Sabrina Ionescu to the line, shooting 1.
Now, Sabrina, as great as she is just 2 for 5 at the free throw line here in Miami. She's a career 91% free throw shooter in the WNBA. She said, that's enough out of you, I got it. 53-51, a stop and a score maybe for Phantom. Create some drama for that winning score. Stewart, working, firing, no. Remember, Phantom has not led yet in this game. Chance to tie or take the lead. Zabali, head on against Stewart, and a foul is called. Second on Stewart. And Zabali's at the line with a chance to tie the game.
That was an authoritative drive, and retreated just a little bit, pulling Stewart out to give herself a runway and then just use her physicality to attack the body, pick up that foul, and get to the line.
Here's Santu's line for the night. Last tie we had in the ball game was 0-0. Stewart gets a breather. Will need her energy in the 4th. Tie game. Interesting call, though, by Phil Handy not to have Stewart for this offensive trip. Now, if we're tied at the end of 3, 1st to 11 in the 4th, wins it. Jewel Lloyd scatters to the far side of the floor. Now on the drive, and she's fouled. Phantom had 1 to give.
Foul on Sabali.
3rd on Sabali. It's on the floor, so side out of bounds. Okay, here comes Stewart.
Brianna Stewart checking in for the bench.
Let's see what they draw up here, Sarah. Stewart looking for Lloyd. Nope, decides to shoot. Short rim. Cloud. Sabali, no!
Your score at halftime.
I think for our first time here in Miami, we'd have a tie game at the end of 3. So the winning score is 64. This is like playing in the backyard. Game to 11, wins it. That means you shouldn't leave. 4th quarter here in Miami. It's Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. We'll be right back. Unrivaled on TNT is brought to you by Ford. Built Ford proud. Welcome back to Miami. Almost everybody participating in the swag and surf. Brendan Glasheen, Sarah Kustok, and Roz joining us on the sidelines on this Monday night. Game 2 of our doubleheader features Vinyl as well as Lunar Owls. That's coming up next, but we've got a tie game after 3. So the winning score is 64 points. The fourth quarter is commercial free. It's brought to you by AT&T. Phantom has its first lead of the game, thanks to Brittany Griner on the turnaround jumper.
Going to be interesting to see if that push and Phantom catching a rhythm here in the third quarter, they can translate that and bring that here as you start this final one.
Jewel Lloyd, pull-up jumper over Ionescu, no good. BG, 14 of 18 from the field when these teams faced each other 10 days ago. 16 tonight, 7 of 11 as Ionescu comes up firing. Skying in, Stewart. Teaming with Lloyd for the first time in a number of years now, since the Seattle days, and a foul.
Foul on Sabrina Ionescu.
It's on Ionescu, just her first.
Touch Cloud was trying to see if they should challenge it. Sabrina's wondering it, and Stewie made sure to tell him, no, here, you want to look at my wrist? She got me.
Folks, Phantom at one point trailed by 19 points in the first half. Jackson firing at the elbow and knocks it down. Even at 55.
There's been a lot of balance on this Miss team. To think that 4 players are in double figures. Kia Jackson, one of those with 14.
Stewart keeps in front of Griner, could not shot put it home. Jackson running some point now. Stewart has Cloud matched up, wants to go down to the post. Carving out room. Stewart, kick it, Jackson, 3, no. Jewel Lloyd, the hustle. Stewart pulls up. And last touched by Griner.
A big part of Miss Hot Start came from some offensive rebounding, just gaining extra possession, and there was very good pursuit on that to now have the possession back for the Mist.
Second leading rebounding club here in Miami. For Kia Jackson. Top shot! Rakia plus the foul, 16 points.
Foul on Natasha Cloud, her fourth.
So Rakia Jackson gets it in the post. She's gonna try and back Cloud down here, turn to face up. Where does Cloud? It's a tough call. Might have a little bit on the body there, but not sure how much strong contact there. May be a little bit more marginal. Nonetheless, that's a tough shot made by Jackson and an opportunity now here at the line to extend the lead.
Rakia Jackson now a perfect 6 of 6 at the line. Here at Unrivaled. She checks out, Aaliyah Edwards in. Adam Harrington, he makes a chest move himself, going to Sabali. So 2 bigs on the floor, joining Ionescu on the Phantom side. His double screen action has been very evident today. They guard on the switch, Griner going to work, and a foul is called on Stewart. Well, what do we got here? Eric Alig, I think. Cloud just got teed up from the bench. Eric Alig, the crew chief, making the call. Stewart at the line, a technical free throw, rattles it in.
And a technical foul has been assigned to Natasha Cloud.
All right.
I want to challenge it.
And now, Phil Kennedy wants to.
Come on. You can't, Stewie, you can't.
I think he missed his window. Challenge the call?
Yeah, I don't, possibly. Or if that, would have been negated with the technical? That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure on this situation. Let's take a look, though. Yeah, I don't think it would have been overturned. Again, I don't think it was a lot of contact, but she did get the forearm of Griner. Stewart did as she was going up. So even with a challenge, I think the call would have stood.
Each club gets one challenge for the entire game. Seeing how close this one is,
You may
and you have a lead.
potentially catch a break and may need it or want it later.
Right, keep it in the bank. 59-57. Griner cashes at the line. Stewart, fall away J is good.
That's a tough shot. Sabali was all over her on that play.
Stewart, 16 and 12, 4 double-doubles now on the year as Sabali hits the friendly roll. She's got 22. Mist can win it with the 3. They've made a season-high 8. Stewart attacks the basket, scoops and scores.
I like that by Stewart. You don't have to take a 3, and I think there's so much attention on the three-point line because of that. It left her with a wide-open layup.
Griner. Now Phantom is 3 points away from a win. BG with 20 and 8. Well, when Phantom defeated Mist last time they faced each other, Griner, Sabali both went off. Both scored 20 plus. Tonight, both with 20 plus. Combined for 42. Mist can win with a bucket here. Brianna Stewart for the win. Tip, no. Lloyd comes back for it. And Phil Handy uses a timeout.
I think Kia Jackson was saying that she was open.
Wow. Shooting.
Oh.
Shooting. That's terrible.
Someone got a tech? Who got a tech?
Technical foul assigned to defensive coach Adam Harrington. Adam Harrington has been ejected.
Adam Harrington has been tossed. Well, in that case, that's going to lead to a free throw and a chance for Mist to win the game.
And I'm curious what happened there, or what it was on. And Phantom have been frustrated with the officiating and the calls.
They're coming over to tell us. Here we go. And then he was ejected. Okay, he was ejected from the game. Thank you. All right. Well, that escalated quickly. But it was building towards that.
Handle it first, right? Handle. Handle it. Okay, Key, you're gonna be here. Do a handle first. Stewie, okay? Hit, and then come on this angle.
And I don't know if he
Come on, shoot it.
was saying something about that actual possession or something that happened in the previous one offensively. Brianna Stewart, though, had missed that first shot. She had a clean look in the mid-range. The tip kept it alive, and that's where Jewel Lloyd had picked it up, pulled it out.
Okay, so Brianna Stewart can win it if she makes this. Well, there was a lot of backlash at the free throw line back in October, and they won the championship. Sabrina Ionescu teased her, and she knocked it down anyway. Suddenly, there's Mist in the forecast. 2 straight wins.
Mist dominant throughout most of this game. Give credit to Phantom for their push in the third quarter and run here in the final quarter, but overall it was a lot of Mist and a lot of Brianna Stewart here tonight for a really complete team effort on the win.
Stewart with 19 points, 13 rebounds, now 4 double-doubles on the season. Let's go to Roz with Stewie.
Stewie, they were able to close the gap there. What was key for your team in staying poised and pulling this out?
I mean, I think we've learned a lot in the first 4 or 5 games. We want to continue to stay composed. I'm not sure if I like winning on a free throw like that, but it's inaugural. We're going to figure it out. We're going to continue to keep going, but the Misties love February.
Yeah. You'll be better in February than you started the season in January. How are you guys growing in your communication, in your trust of one another, and how you talk to one another?
I think we just continue to uplift and empower each other and make sure that, we come here to have fun, we come here to work, we come here to get better, and a lot of these players I don't normally play with, and I want to make sure that they continue to develop while we are here.
You've now put together 2 wins. What's starting to brew here for the Mist?
We just want to come out and make sure that we got some dubs for you guys. It was a hard month of January for all of us. It seemed like really, really, really long. So we're going to continue to keep working. Appreciate you guys. Continue to support the Misties, okay?
Thank you, Stewie.
Thank you.
Guys.
Okay, Roz, thank you very much. Brianna Stewart, another big game. Here's the assist of the game presented by State Farm.
We had some good ones, but how about Rakia Jackson to Brianna Stewart? Good job off the penetration, wrap around underneath Sabali, and easy lay-in for Stewie, and a victory for the Mist.
So Phantom falls to 2-4, and Mist improves to 2-4. 64-61, Mist victorious for Roz, Sarah, and our entire team. Brendan Glasheen. After the break, we're going to go to Atlanta because we have a second game coming up. Lauren, Candace, and Renee preview Vinyl and Lunar Owls, and we'll be back here in Miami to bring it to you. In Miami, it's game 2 of our Unrivaled doubleheader. Unrivaled on TNT is presented by Samsung Galaxy. Vinyl has dropped 3 in a row after a 2-0 start. They try to take down and knock off the undefeated 5-0 Lunar Owls Basketball Club. Here at Wayfair Arena, packed house for an exciting matchup. Hi everyone, Brendan Glasheen, Sarah Kustok. Roz has been joining us on the sidelines. We'll get a report very shortly. We've got a great post matchup in this game. You've got De'Erica Hamby and Nafisa Collier, both top 5 in the league in scoring and rebounding.
Matchups within the matchups, and this is one I know that we want to highlight, especially when it comes to Nafisa Collier. She has been extraordinary so far this Unrivaled season, and you can understand why with her versatility, how she can attack you in so many different ways. She has been filling up the box score every single night, but is going to have a lot to handle when it comes to De'Erica Hamby. Hamby did not play in the previous matchup between the Vinyl and Owls, and she does so much for this Vinyl team on both ends of the floor. She is a vocal leader, and she is also so productive and makes such an impact every time she steps on the court.
Here are tonight's starting lineups for the second straight game. It's Jordan, Canada, getting the start at point guard. Ryan Howard will come off the bench. It's Canada, Agumbawale, and Hamby. And for Lunar Owls, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same starting trio in all 6 games. Skylar Diggins-Smith, the veteran point guard. Alicia Gray, the former Gamecock. And, of course, co-founder Nafisa Collier, leading the league in scoring and rebounding. Our officials, crew chief is Eric Alig, our referee is Shante Anderson, umpire Shem Rivera. Our first game ended with Miss defeating Phantom. A tied game after 3. Let's see if Vinyl can play spoiler and knock off Lunar Owls. That's one way to start. Jordan, Canada, shoots out of a cannon, winning the tip.
A little smile there. And Gray, she sets the tone on both sides of the ball for Teresa Witherspoon, and you can see it there right away with her lightning quickness.
Diggins-Smith strong on the triple, averaging 16 points per game, 3rd on Lunar Owls. Canada to the nail, and punched out of bounds by Collier, staying with Vinyl.
Out of bounds, Vinyl ball.
Averaging 73 points per game. Lunar Owls, top scoring team in the league. 2nd in points allowed. Diggins-Smith stays low defensively, trying to hedge off the ball screen. And Hamby, who has been in foul trouble in a couple of games this year, picks up an offensive foul.
She likes contact. She's going to get into bodies. She's a very physical player. It's a big reason for why she is so dominant and productive, and at times you're going to pick up some of those.
Diggins-Smith, shimmy shake, lefty lob, no. Hamby so versatile, goes right at Collier. Off her knee, possession to Lunar Owls.
And there was an aggressiveness by both Hamby and Canada. You love to see that. Though a couple possessions up the floor, you want to make sure that Agumbawale gets a touch. And even if it's just a touch, you still can have everyone continuing to take those shots, but keeping that type of energy off the ball involved.
Gray jumper does not get the friendly roll. Canada on the other end of the floor, a bit shaken up as Hamby glides to the basket. 4-0 Vinyl.
Hamby passed that off Collier on the way up.
Owls 0 for their first 3, shovel it, and they're on the board thanks to Collier.
Good wraparound pass by Diggins-Smith.
Teresa Witherspoon, the head coach. One of 6 coaches that has former WNBA playing experience, the lone coach of the 6. Hamby went down. Gray transition 3, way too strong. She hit 3 threes last time out for Lunar Owls against Laces. Something you told me before we got started in this game tonight was it could get chippy out there between these two teams.
Everyone that is here playing at Unrivaled is competitive, and there's a high level of compete. But I think with these players, both these teams, Vinyl trying to get back on track after such a good start, Lunar Owls trying to remain undefeated. has the makings for one of those.
Enrique off the mark. Let's welcome in the third member of our team, Ross.
Guys, you look at this matchup, and the moms have been crushing Unrivaled play right there. Nafisa Kalia, De'Erica Hamby, Skylar Diggins-Smith have all had signature games and moments, and De'Erica said to me, I've had 2 kids, and after each one, I elevate my game. She added she gave birth naturally to both, so what can phase her on a basketball court? Nafisa Collier, who's been dominant, told me motherhood puts things into perspective, and she said, I'm more focused on the court because I have a limited amount of time, and I feel like I get better and faster and don't necessarily live or die with the results because my daughter loves me whether I win or lose, guys.
Collier, the steal, Gray lays it in. Now 5 straight for Alicia Gray.
That's so beautiful, Roz. And all of these women so multifaceted in their roles outside and off the basketball court. It is tremendous and inspiring to see.
Foul on Alicia Gray, her first.
Fouls on Gray of Lunar Owls. Her first, team second.
Aaliyah Boston checking in for the final. Jordan Canada.
Leah Boston has checked in for vinyl. Jordan Canada believes limitless ceiling. Really enjoyed talking to Jordan this morning after vinyl shoot-around. Integral piece to this team and how she leads, commands accountability. Coach Teaspoon credits Jordan being an extension of her. She hits the deck.
Well, and you can see it, you can watch it. It's often the way a point guard is. She's gotten the start the last 2 games, place of where Ryan Howard was starting. It was fun to listen to Canada talk about her growth since being a point guard at UCLA and how she was more quiet. She said, I still am quiet, but I understand that a part of that leadership, a part of the demand on the floor is me being more vocal.
Contested lay by Boston, denied. Lobbing it up, Collier, no, rebound Boston. 9-6, Owls in front after going down 4-zip. Enrique has it poked away by Diggins-Smith ahead of the pack. Owls do have attention to detail. And another steal in the inbound. Collier converts. Timeout. Teresa Weatherspoon and vinyl. We're going to keep it right here in this commercial-free first quarter.
And what a play there. The little tip from behind by Diggins-Smith. Quickness of Collier to advance it up the floor. That's the type of stuff where her eyes are up immediately. The toss ahead.
Scott, that's what it
great
keep that
chemistry.
fucking pressure on them. Great. Keep the pressure on, keep our composure. All right, doing great.
Hey, way to come back. Yeah, it was a little weird at the beginning. Way to fight today. It wasn't bad shots.
You miss one, you shoot the next one.
Yeah.
You miss one, you shoot the next one. All right, all day. Let's get into this action. Fee here. Occupy the ball side corner, Leash. Boston's on you, set it. Sky, turn it. Fee, roll hard, Leash, lift. Okay? Lift, you're gonna be open off that. All right? They go under. Yeah.
First one out. Defense, 1, 2, 3.
Defense.
Come on.
Let's go.
I have loved how we've gotten to see and feel the personalities of these coaches, their style, talking to them and the players. It just, their observations of what it's like. DJ Sackman, you can look at it. I know the other day, Courtney Williams says coolest cat out there, but shoot one. Miss one, shoot the next. Miss one, shoot the next. There's so many different aspects that you see the installation of confidence. Teaspoon being one of those, the players talk about it, and that's so important. The mental side of the game to go along with the X's and O's is something that is integral. I think every one of these coaches here fully understands that, embraces that, and has given that to their players.
See what Vinyl's response is to a 13-2 Lunar Owls run. Agumbawale pull-up jumper, swish. First points for Enrique. coming in at 13 points per game, 4.6 assists, which ranks tied for 4th.
Foul on Jordan Canada.
Canada commits the foul on the other end.
Ryan Howard checking into the line.
It's her first. First minutes now and action for Ryan Howard. Diggin Smith at the line, one worth 2. 3 game winners this year for Lunar Owls. And 2 of those game winners have come at the free throw line. So those are no problem for her. Collier keeps in front. Agumbawale, catch, shoot, grazes the iron.
You love the look, though, and that's because Gray started to dig down to try and help out on Boston.
Collier attacks the basket and fouled by Howard. Lunar Owls and Vinyl met January 27th. Vinyl fell 67-57. Now, they didn't have De'Erica Hamby, and that's definitely a factor. Boston got the start in that game. Collier up to 8 points and 5 rebounds. We'll send it over to Roz.
Guys, Fee recently said defiantly that she is a sore loser. She gets sore about losing. I spoke with her, and she said, I feel like the older that you get, the less you give a hoot, because there's so many things that are more important than caring about what other people think. And she said, I'm just getting more mature, and I'm growing into like understanding that I am one of the best players in the world. She said, I'm a mother, I'm a founder. And she confidently told me, she's like, not only am I one of the best players of the world, her game is doing the talking, even as she's speaking too.
Did she really say, unless you give a hoot?
No pun intended! No, I actually covered up what she really said.
Okay. Oh, got it.
I took some liberties.
Done, Ross. That's good. Hoot.
Yeah.
Works.
I kept it clean.
I think that's so fun to hear. I mean, you would assume based on how she performs, how she plays, but I think she's just got such a steady demeanor, and she's so composed at all times.
Ryan Howard for 3. First points for Raitai. She hit her first 3 the other night, and then the pressure on the perimeter came. Austin lays it in, played massive minutes on Friday to help Lunar Owls stay undefeated. Ray Burrell fresh into the action. Lays it in, 21-13. Courtney Williams out there as well for Owls. Collier, and 1.
What a quick roll and a pass by Williams. The chemistry between Collier and Williams is so impressive. And you look right there, just getting it over the top, both of Howard and then Burrell on the chase. And she didn't have eyes on the ball, so just had her hands waving and then ends up getting Nafisa underneath the basket.
10 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. We're still in the first, everybody. Now 11 points. It's a nice touch by the in-arena folks, the little owl noise after making the free throw. Howard inside, and it stays here. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Final start of the year 2-0. Really impressive offensive game. 79 points against Rose, 84 points against Phantom. Now in their last 3, they have not cracked 80. In some cases, haven't cracked 70.
And part of that, Ryan Howard had such a hot, efficient start. It's same with the Agumbawale. And I think for Teaspoon trying to figure out, with Canada starting, Howard coming off the bench. And there you go. She is electric on the offensive side and just continuing to get her touches and keep her going.
Ideal for Howard in this one. She nods her head on the other end of the floor, starting to get dialed in, up to 15 made threes. Howard scored 33 points on opening weekend, the first game of the year for Vinyl. Austin, oh, Aaliyah Boston says, that's mine.
We highlighted Hamby and Collier. How about the Austin and Boston matchup here on the inside? That's a strong take, but what hands by Boston and timing.
Little SEC duel there, Ole Miss and South Carolina. Howard from the Samsung logo almost dropped it. Williams flips it. Austin, this time she gets it to go, and the foul.
We're seeing Austin led right to the cup. What a pass again by Courtney Williams. This is a beautiful pick and roll play to stay up high, slow getting back to Austin. And that's, you can understand why the Owls are undefeated with what the starters look like, what the reserves look like. To have someone like Courtney Williams come off the bench and just orchestrate how everything is working, both on the offensive side and in just free-flowing action, or when they are looking and calling some sets.
Austin now has 5 points. Lunar Owls 27 first quarter points. Ray Burrell.
She's so quick when she gets downhill. The athleticism is off the charts.
Burrell is coming along. 4 points in the first. Williams off balance. Cleared by Aaliyah Boston. Owls' #1 scoring team here at Unrivaled so far. Howard off 1 foot. Long rebound, Austin. Played a season high in minutes the other night, 7:28. It's a costly foul on Howard. It's the second foul on Howard. That puts Williams at the line. 5 team fouls against Vinyl. Courtney Williams, C-Dub, knocking it down. Now 5 for 5. Lunar Owls at the free throw line. 5 seconds for Ryan Howard and Vinyl. Behind the back dribble, ball pressure. Howard gets it up. And we're at the end of 1 in game 2 of our doubleheader. Lunar Owls, a well-oiled machine offensively with 29 points. Off and running, we'll be back for more Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Unrivaled on TNT is brought to you by Great Taste, 96 calories. Miller Lite, tastes like Miller time. And by AT&T, connecting changes everything. Wayfair Arena in Miami. They did a terrific job building the sound stage and building holds 850 people, a jam-packed house for Game 2 of our Monday doubleheader to conclude Week 3. Lunar Owls undefeated, 5-0. Masterclass of offense, Sarah, in that first quarter, 29 points.
Special and great balance, good ball sharing.
Hamby's back in the game, lays it in, plus the foul.
And speaking of, I like Ray Burrell running the point here, essentially initiating offense. And does a good job drawing Austin in, and then the bounce to finish as Hamby collects it. And that's just a good set coming out, because you also have got to be aware of where Ryan Howard is above the break, cognizant of her.
Hamby's now got 5 points. Owls matched a season high, 29 points in a quarter. Williams, master of the mid-range.
Big time shot, but in that first quarter, think about the fact they had 8 assists on 10 shots that they made. I mean, that's just special stuff.
31-23. Williams, shifty. Oh, threads the needle, but stolen by Howard, who's out there, by the way, with 3 fouls, not 2. Hits the brakes and knocks down a 3. Rye ball, rye time. Leads to a timeout, Owls.
She may have 3 fouls, but Teaspoon wants to see her get going. That's exactly what she does. That's a tough shot in transition.
Good. We got plenty of time. Let them talk a second. Here comes the pick and roll. Is this Shakira? Yes. Okay, Shakira. And this is...
It's coming so quick in transition that it's hard for her to jam and feed.
She can't.
She's not in right now, and I told her that, but it's Shakira now, so we can...
Just open the hell up if you want.
I told her to gap.
And then, yeah, but the guard cannot do this and trying to get over. You can't. You're done.
Sure.
All she's doing is setting lower.
Especially if it's Shakira, just as the ball screen comes, tell D to take half step back, get through, right back in front.
Yeah.
Just take it. Let her just gap it. Let her just go through. Get the fucking line.
Okay. Here we go. Hey, gap that shit. Okay? All right. Don't back up. Look. We're going right into D. Paying off of D. Right in. All right, you go straight to Ryan. All right, as you come to Ryan, come off D. You're in the grenade action coming off right here. You got it? Got it? It's grenade action. If you don't have it, keep it. You got Ray on the other side.
Compete on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Compete. Big Barry, pick and roll.
And we're continuing to see so much of what this 3-on-3 action looks like is predicated on actions, on pick and roll plays, on ball screens, how you're defending it. And it's changed and evolved throughout the course of these first couple weeks in what you're going to do against each opponent.
Austin in the post, working against Hamby. Out there with Burrell and Howard. Austin, Gray, and Williams for Lunar Owls. Chase down rebound by Courtney Williams. Off and running, dashing, feeding Austin. Skip pass, Gray, 3. For Howard, 11 points, her first rebound. Let's check in with Roz with Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Sky, your team is sharing the ball so well. What's the connectedness you feel on offense together?
We really try not to occupy each other's spaces. We know where each other wants the ball, when, at what time, and just trying to keep it moving and make decisions fast if we don't have anything.
Right now, it's more of the second unit out there for you. Someone like Shakira Austin, a young player, she's having some high-impact minutes lately. How is it to see her hard work paying off game by game?
She has a high motor, and really about her, she's feeling good. Her body's feeling good, and when that's the case, we know what she could do. We have 2 versatile bigs with her and Nafisa, and so we try to use them, get them on the move, and they've been doing a good job of finishing inside, and we try to take advantage of that.
Skylar, your pregame fit today went crazy. How does it rank with the others? Top 1. Sky's going into the game. Guys, sending it back to you.
Good stuff from Roz with Skylar Diggins-Smith, who's been a pleasure to talk to here in Miami. 34 years of age, 10-year pro out of Notre Dame. Has really set the tone. And DJ Sackman is so grateful for her. We talk so much about Collier, rightfully so, as a co-founder of the league, but Diggins Smith has set a tone for the guard room. 33-28. We come up on 5 minutes to go in the second. Lunar Owls led by 11 at the end of 1. Burrell curling and knifing to the basket. There's that quickness again.
She's finding all the driving lanes, and her ability to get downhill and finish is something that she beats her defender so often and has that inside position.
Alicia Gray.
Breezing down the lane, that is Alicia Gray. 9 points.
And I think for so many of these players, without that weak side help, without the low man, without anything on the back end, those type of drives are available in such a different way.
Howard almost tripped up, lofted it up with the left hand, not able to go. Well, Owls with that win over Laces, they had 11 lead changes in that game, but even so, every player shot better than 50% from the floor, and the team was 58% from the field. In this game, 13 of 25, just a smidge above 50%. Efficient basketball team. Howard tight-roping, guarded by Collier, the reigning defensive player of the year. Turnover vinyl. Collier sees Park driving and scoring. Leads up to 7.
They're going to pressure you, and they're going to pressure you on the defense again. That's what has led to a lot of these runouts.
Owls with 4 steals in the first half. Still 3.5 left. Burrell skyrocketing in, foul.
That's a strong take.
Couple of strong ones, right?
Even on that, though, because first take a look at the push by Collier, finish at one end, but because she bodied through, Diggins Smith did a good job trying to stay in front, and then she tucked that in the end to be able to draw that contact and try and finish through.
Ray Burrell, a former first-round pick out of Tennessee. 3 years in the WNBA. Really impressive as a 2022 first-round pick. Was cut in the preseason, then eventually signed back with the team. Not just Coach Teresa Weatherspoon, but other executives here at Unrivaled have been amazed by her development and how she's completely bought in. They're looking to unleash more in her game as she preps for another season. And she's going to hit down the tunnel for a second. Not sure what happened there.
Official timeout.
All right, then, we got a timeout on the floor anyway. 37-30, 3:21 left. Unrivaled on TNT. Unrivaled on TNT is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And thank you to Miller Lite for being the official beer sponsor of Unrivaled. Crowd is fired up for undefeated Lunar Owls Basketball Club, 5-0, leading by 7. Star-studded, up-and-coming faces of the league, led by Arike Agumbawale, De'Erica Hamby, final 2-3, lost 3 in a row. Arike has something to say about that. 4 points. Beautiful fadeaway jumper. Collier. Fall away. It goes. 15 for Fee. Who is loving this experience. It's exceeded expectations. We chatted with her today.
It's been extraordinary for the players, everything about this experience. You mentioned Wayfair Arena. This environment has been electric. How the crowd has gotten into it. Every part of it has felt like it's come together in such a quick way. There were no details are missed.
There's the extension of Coach Teresa Weatherspoon in Jordan, Canada. She discussed that today. Constantly in communication. Canada getting a start for the second straight game as Diggins Smith blows by her. Just a miscue on the switch. Owls by 7. Canada high off glass, no, and now they've got a 3-on-2. Collier. Open Gray, missed her on the cut. Leads to a turnover. Rare mishap for Lunar Owls as Enrique is shifty in the lane. Oh, Enrique, who's an Oz from the people.
Keep feeding her the ball, and obviously that one came off a break, but when she can get it going, it comes in bunches.
Collier for 3. So a push by Vinyl. Owls with an 11-point lead at the end of 1.
Ooh, Agumbewale. Look at that first cross, that up, under, some hang time. Didn't get a ton of looks early, and she's had it going, though, here these last few possessions.
You can see that look in her eye. She's got some confidence right now. Through the legs, sidestep, 3. No. But she's got that mojo right now, it looks like. Enrique Agumbewale had 34 points in the second half of the WNBA All-Star game last summer. She's finished top 5 in scoring in all 6 years of her professional career. Canada denied at the rim by Diggins Smith. Both players here are pests defensively. Respect one another for sure. Diggins Smith from the elbow, nothing but net. 8 for Skylar.
Keep talking about it. The matchups within the matchups in this game are a fun watch.
Diggins Smith, the 6-time All-Star, Canada, multi-time All-Defense. And Hamby is fouled. Derek Hamby, 7.7 rebounds. When we watched her the other night, Sarah, she had 35 and 15 against Mist. Just 3 attempts from the field. Anything you're seeing from Lunar Owls to negate any shot opportunities?
Well, I think the Owls always do a good job in terms of pressure. But what they've done is they've forced some tougher looks from 3. And this is a Vinyl team that can get it going from 3. I think you've seen them get downhill quite a bit, and that's been a big part of it. Just not necessarily always being in a rhythm.
Oh, on the sling by Collier, Diggins Smith with the shots. 5 straight points on the Lunar Owl side from Skylar Diggins Smith. Now a 10-point lead all of a sudden. It was down to 5. Canada with the left. Crafty.
She's been really assertive and aggressive getting to the basket. And there have been some misses because there's been good resistance, but she continues to be on the attack.
Gray, stop and start. Off the window and in. And she's going to the line for 1 free throw.
Just quick, using her body, finishing through contact. And that's where Alicia Gray, you know her game, you know she can score, but she can do it in both ways. And so it's been a good balance and variety of, she's missed a couple 3-point looks, so she continues to look to get it inside. And that's an important part for this team. Just the variability of how they can come at you in waves on the offensive side.
Owls 6 of 6 at the line. They have matched their season high in points in the first half, 49 points. Canada using Hamby as a shield. Got it back, Enrique a 3. 4 seconds for Williams. Here she comes from Samsung. And a foul before the shot. Oh, they're going to give her a shooting foul.
Oh. So I do think it was a foul. Is it a shooting foul or is it because they're in the bonus? So I do think she gets her a little bit there on the forearm, but I don't know if Williams was in her shooting motion yet. Looked like it was on the ground, if anything. Oh, I think it's just because they're in the bonus.
Yes. Well, oh, that's true too.
I don't think this is for.
Okay, so that's a 2-point free throw. And Eric Alig is just handing out the technical fouls. His shift today at Unrivaled. But why? It must have been something she said.
This is a big swing at the end of the half.
This worth 1 for Collier. Oh, it's Enrique. Hit with the tech. 0.8 for Vinyl, no shot. Well, all of a sudden, it was a 5-point game. Now it's back up to 14. 52 points for Lunar Owls. A new season high for points and a half. Unrivaled halftime presented by Ford coming up next, and you're watching Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. welcome back to Miami. We're getting set for the second half between undefeated Lunar Owls Basketball Club, leading by 14 on Vinyl Basketball Club. All right, welcome back, Brendan, Sarah. We have Roz joining us on the sidelines. Well, Nafisa Collier, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. It's becoming just an expectation at this point, but we should not take her for granted, everybody. 56% shooting, a +9 in 9 minutes. Tone setter. Owls offense has been good all year, and they were doing it again.
And I think that's why there's such composure with how they play, what they do. And that's everyone. This is a veteran team, a smart team, but Collier, no question, is the one who really allows them to come together and attack and be versatile in multiple ways.
Let's take a look at the keys for a comeback presented by Icy Hot, official topical paint partner of Unrivaled. Let's begin, of course, with Vinyl, down 14.
I think they need a three-point push. They've struggled from beyond the arc, and a big part of that, too, is going to be defending the three-point line against the Owls and take care of the basketball. Only 6 turnovers, but as you see the Owls maintain pressure, they're a team that, especially in the second half, get on the ball, they get in passing lanes, and so much for this Owls team comes down to continuing to share the basketball. And you see it right there, the contributions from everyone. And that's a big part of why they're an undefeated team.
17-point lead, biggest for Lunar Owls. Roz found out from both coaches what they need to do to finish the game. What do we got?
Yes, for the Vinyl, I spoke with Coach Teresa Weatherspoon, and her message was just to regroup, that her team needs to stay disciplined, especially defensively in the pick and roll. That unlocks the Owls, and that's where a lot of their miscues have come from. On the other side for the Owls, DJ Sackman told me they're focused on habits. He said, number one, don't complain to the refs. Stay focused, apply pressure, stay positive. He also called out Skylar Diggins-Smith as someone who has a great will to win and understanding when they need her. And he said in the second quarter, she was an energy shifter for the Owls. Guys.
Hey, Roz, thanks. 7th turnover by Vinyl results in points for DJ Sackman's club.
And that's often where this year in this third quarter, they tend to turn up the pressure. We see that so often, and they're doing that again. It was such a well-conditioned team, and they will look to continue to keep it at a fast tempo.
9 boards for Collier as Gray drives, hits the backboard. Basically a pass to self. It's almost like she wanted to do that. 59-40. Lunar Owls in position to set the winning score with 5:27 left. But for Vinyl, you want to catch back up as much as you can. Gray just committed the foul, so Austin could check in.
And she had ass out there, so I don't know if it's still looks okay, but she's shaking her head there. The reason why she committed that foul, so you can get that substitution.
Kumbawale squares up, fires, and drills it. 10 points for Arike. And contact on the screen, so fouls on Austin.
Out of bounds, Vinyl.
All right, Sarah, Vinyl trailing by 17 points. Where do you think they got to get it to here in the next 5?
Well, I think you need to make sure that you balance getting it inside and outside. I think Agumbawale is someone, as you see Howard steps in the game, that you want to continue getting touches to. But that circles back to just remaining poised and looking for quality shots. It's not just about taking threes or getting to the basket. Do your best to continue shifting this Owls defense, because they've done a nice job at staying in front of everyone and forcing contested, tough shots.
Ryan Howard has been stuck on 11 points now for a while. And another turnover, number 8. And Collier makes him pay.
And that's just such a huge part. And I know I mentioned that coming out of halftime, but it's an area that the Owls will take advantage of here.
Austin called for the foul. All ball on the SWAT, but a lot of body. 3rd foul on Shakira Austin.
Take a look at this. There's a turnover. Good, quick hands by Collier. Gets it going at the other end. That's what they'll gamble enough, and it's not even a gamble because they've got the quickness and the recovery, but to jump those passing lanes.
One worth 2 for Hamby, rattles it home. Now she's got 11. Third member of Vinyl in double figures. Lob, catch, Collier off the mark. Rare miss, just her 4th tonight. She's 8 of 12. As Howard pounces up the floor, using a pair of screens. Austin on the switch, denying the lane. Howard, top shot, muscle up.
She threw off those goggles on the way up the floor.
Almost feels like that happens every game. She'll start with them on, and then they go flying somewhere. They needed whatever it works. Smart play there by Collier to kick it out on the entry. 61-46, still a lot of time left in this third quarter. DJ Sackman uses a timeout.
Timeout, Lunar Owls.
No, who's it? Who's it? Ah, I got it. Know what we're doing here? Head is under the rim. You don't move. You don't leave, okay? Reek, be as patient as you possibly can be until this screen is set. When that screen is set, you use it over the top or baseline, whichever way, okay? Seal, put our head under the rim. We're going right in here. Punching it right in, okay? Then we're going down and we're getting stopped. Here we go. Execute.
Vinyl remains poised here, Sarah, down 15 points, and you need to push.
And we know how quick runs can both dissipate or grow. And
saw it in our last game.
Yeah, and the thing about the Owls is they're very methodical. You even heard what Roz was saying about what DJ Sackman said to his team about being about us and doing what we do, about all of those habits. And that's where it gets challenging because they stay composed and consistent. And so if you're Vinyl, you need to do those same type of things, but not get pressed.
Austin off on the jumper. Oh, board. Collier puts it back up and in.
Inside position. It's the little things for the Owls that they always capitalize on. And that's why oftentimes leads can balloon.
Arike Agumbawale weaving inside. Scores on the run. Timeout on the floor. It's back down to 15. Arike is finding some stride, but Vinyl's got work to do. It's Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Unrivaled on TNT is brought to you by Salesforce. Folks on their feet here at Wayfair Arena. Vinyl down 15, trying to spoil the undefeated start for Lunar Owls at 5-0. Ryan Howard, 13 points. Arike Agumbawale, 12 points. Vinyl is shooting just a hair under 50%, 8 turnovers, and Lunar Owls such a savvy, connected group that any mistake you make, they will punish you for it as Williams delivers behind the screen.
And more than anything, Vinyl's just having a tough time getting stops. And that happens for a lot of opponents against Owls. But it's twofold. As you could look at any game in the hand-in-hand nature of defense to offense, offense to defense, then every single time, so often, Vinyl's having to play against a set defense of Owls that they are so good at, both collectively and individual matchups.
Williams so low defensively as Enrique could not finish. 3-on-2 as Boston backpedals. Collier back out. Austin the assist. And Shakira's learned a thing or two from playing with Nafisa.
But just quickness, because she realized that she had pulled off that run 2 defenders under the basket.
Howard, short on the 3. 19 is the lead. Match is the biggest, looking for 20 plus, and Howard fouls Collier.
Balance on the break, everyone getting to their spots. This is an important stretch of 220 because the Owls continue to really expand this lead. And we've mentioned so much that final quarter, what that looks like, how you finish off the third quarter. And Vinyl seem frustrated. They're not getting the same quality shots and looks. And the Owls on the flip side of things, they just got such a great continuity that they continue to expand upon.
They haven't missed a free throw. 9 for 9 in the game. And they get another stop. Collier with another double-double. She's now got 4 in 6 games. Austin looks to stick with it. She's doubled, bounce it out. Collier driving, up fake, fouled again. That's the 4th on Howard.
Vinyl continued to double Austin on the inside when she's got touches close to the basket. Even though it didn't go right to Collier, Austin realized that she had her out there on the wing, and that's a good pass out of the double.
26, 11, 5, 3 steals for Nafisa Collier. She's dominant every night, so consistent. Burrell, and a foul. Collier's called for her 3rd. Ray Burrell's getting a turn at the line. Out there with Boston and Howard. Williams, Austin, and Collier for Lunar Owls. One worth 2. 23 is the lead. We go under 140 left. Winning score determined at the end of 3. Tack on 11 points to the team leading Austin. The move was nice. Just couldn't finish as Burrell pulls up in transition and hits. That was nice.
Good looking 3. She had space, the quickness of it, and she had been attacking so much. It's a good change.
Howard. Nice use of her momentum. Puts in 2, we come up on a minute. Right now, the winning score would be 82. Still a whole minute to play. And off the foot of Aaliyah Boston. Alicia Gray set to check in the game with Williams and Collier. Lunar Owls, 26 buckets, 15 assists. Number 2 in the league in assists. Mishap, Howard, Hezzy, driving, scoring. 2 more for Ryan Howard, 17 points. But a 16-point deficit still for Vinyl. Williams feeds Collier. And a foul called on Boston.
Courtney Williams and Nafisa Collier, watching them use ball screens, the pick and roll play, the timing, the angles of all of it. Those are just 2 savvy players who've really grown together.
Let me ask you something. because I know they had a couple of jersey retirements in basketball.
Yeah,
the college ranks over the weekend.
They did.
Two pretty big names. Where is Nafisa Collier on that list?
Oh, you're,
like,
no,
what's it
you're
gonna
not going to
take?
get me into rankings. No, not with 21 seconds left.
I'm just saying, Sarah, if she keeps this
you're
up,
not going to get me on a hot take show. But what I will say is Nafisa Collier continues to impress, not only in production and numbers. You saw it last season, the W. She is so fundamentally sound and just continues to get better and better on defense of the floor.
Burrell going up to the attic and knocking out Williams' light bulb.
Great timing, staying with the play. You mentioned the growth of Burrell. Her confidence, you could see it soaring.
Gray heaves it. And at the end of 3, Lunar Owls a 16-point lead, so the winning score becomes 84 points. A number they hit on opening night, the inaugural game of Unrivaled. We'll come right back for more Unrivaled on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Lunar Owls in position to go to 6-0. Fourth quarter is about to begin here in Miami at Wayfair Arena. The fourth quarter is commercial free, and it's brought to you by AT&T. Unrivaled on TNT, the final night of week 3. There are 7 weeks of the regular season. 4 teams make the playoffs of the 6 clubs. Lunar Owls, a commanding start at 5-0. Could be 6-0. It's looking that way unless Vinyl can make a push. The winning score is 84. It's an untimed fourth quarter. Shot clock remains on. Howard swish off the screen.
And a great way to get things started. And I know this is a significant deficit to cut into if you're Vinyl, but how are you going to show up and respond? I think it's the bigger question. What type of resiliency do you have? And as we know, you can get things going quickly.
No doubt about it.
And so you like what Howard did out of the gate, Burrell. And that's where Teaspoon has been relying on Ray Burrell to initiate offense in many ways. And so there's length or size in this lineup. And can they do something to combat the Owls in a way that you start to shift the momentum?
One of the things Teaspoon told us before one of Finals' first games, we want to hit first and set the tone defensively. Well, Lunar Owls so good offensively as Burrell gets up to 13 points. Just that start right there, getting those 4 points, so important. Put the pressure on the team that didn't establish that winning score. Collier with the finish. 32. She has the unrivaled record, single game record of 37. Burrell just flings it up. Hamby offensive rebound. Collier got the hands in, nearly stripped it. And last touch by Hamby. Lunar Owls basketball.
And look, this Owls team, not only excellent in individual players, but how they've figured out to collectively play. They're deep, everyone's bought in. They can come at you in a variety of ways. So whether they want to play big, play a little quicker, what that looks like on the inside and outside. They've got great veteran presence, and you can see that with how they operate.
Reaching foul by Burrell. Shot clock down to 8. Gray driving and scoring. 19 for Gray. A number she's hit now in 5 straight games. So consistent.
And Howard just jumps too far over. It gives the driving lane right to the right for Gray, and then it was too hard to recover in picking up the foul. And those are the smallest, especially with the space on the floor, the ability to come at you in different ways, the nuances of the smallest angles. That's why so many times when we're talking to these players or coaches, they mention the little things, and sometimes it's just a couple inches that open up enough space that it's hard to catch back up on a player that's driving downhill with that type of quickness and skill.
Completes the end one. 20 for Alicia Gray. So she's got 2 game winners. Skylar Diggins-Smith has 3 of them. Hamby scores and the foul. I mean, wondering when Fee's going to get a piece of the pie. We'll see, but then
foreshadowing.
Final is still trying to hang in this thing.
That's a tough take there by Hamby.
De'Erica Hamby, a double-double, 13 and 10.
And that's part of it too. Again, this deficit's big, but it's carryover. What do things look like then? This is, you had already mentioned it, this is a final day of week 3. You get set for next weekend. You got a couple days, a day off, a couple days of practice. How do you feel finishing this one off?
Collier, oh my goodness. While off balance, somehow it looks like she has balance. It's so impressive, 80-64. Lunar Owls 4 points away. Canada climbs the ladder. Tough fall away, got it to go. Starting trio on the floor for DJ Sackman's club. Collier's got 34. No whistle. Howard on the crossover. We have a transition, take 5. Got committed by Diggins-Smith.
Skylar Diggins-Smith, for 4.
It's going to result in a technical free throw.
Ryan Howard to the line, shooting 1 shot for 2 points.
So 1-point free throw plus possession in the final. Howard at the stripe, first time tonight. Courtney Williams, Shakira Austin. That duo's gone viral for their dance moves on the bench.
A lot of things have gone viral from here.
I'm not surprised in the least bit.
Oh, you love it.
I was kind of hoping we'd cut to them there and then they give us some, but. You can always get what you want. Deflected out of bounds, and they're going to call this. Nope, the officials confer, change the call. Staying with final. 17 on the shot clock. Canada, Hamby, and Howard, the trio for final. Howard off the pick, fires, and a chase. Canada's got it. Slips and lost it out of bounds.
That's the type of hustle, extra effort play, fighting to try and maintain every possession. That's what you want to see in someone who is a leader of your team.
Diggins-Smith, clearing way, looking to feed Collier. Oh, a touch pass, that was beautiful. And back inside. Everybody touches the basketball on that trip down the floor.
You want an example of why the Owls are undefeated? There you go.
Howard for three. Owls can win it on this trip.
Next Lunar Owls basketball wins the game.
But a turnover. Still a 16-point lead. Howard coasting in, lays it in. They want to push it up. Diggins-Smith calling for it. Gray, outlet, Schuyler, game winner number 4. Yes! 6-0. The views for the Owls from up top.
Owls 85. Final game.
Perfect start.
A lot of impressive stats, but none more telling than the unselfishness, the sharing, the involvement by everyone on both sides of the ball. Big time play and another game winner for Schuyler Diggins-Smith. Yeah, show us a little something, Sky.
Glad she's got all this material for these game-winning sellies. Here's the assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You gotta come in preparation and take a look. You know what it is, the touch passes, hitting every part of the floor. Beauty of a play here. Gray, the Diggins-Smith, and Collier with the finish. Ooh.
All right, so Lunar Owls drop a new season high in scoring, 85 points. Defeat final 85-68. For Roz, Sarah, our statistician Casey Colebrook, director Dave Kamens, our producer Damon Fisher, Brendan Glasheen. Signing off. Switch over to TruTV for our post-game show with Lauren, Candace, and Renee after the break.
Nafisa, you guys remain undefeated after 3 weeks of play now. What's the level of competitiveness that's fueling your team?
It's so high. We come into every practice, every game, like the score is 0-0, and we just keep stacking those wins.
It's another big game for you, a 36-point double-double. Can you describe the zone of basketball you're playing right now in your career?
I feel like I'm using Unrivaled for exactly why I was built. I'm working every day to get better for myself and for my team, and you see the work that we're putting in.
There was some really beautiful passing out there from your team. It seems like you're really into getting each other going. How much fun, how much are you enjoying playing with one another?
So much fun. I think we lead the league in assists for points. So it's fun to play that way. The way that we play for each other, the way we show up for each other. It's just a lot of fun basketball.
How about Schuyler Diggins-Smith with these game winners and these celebration dances? Where's she coming up with it?
I don't know. She's looking at videos or something.
You know the fans love to hear it after an Owls win. Can you give them a hootie-hoo?
Hootie-hoo!
Thanks, B.